Good morning, dear children. After winding up with the four scientific principles of F.W. Taylor, Frederick Winslow Taylor, today we begin with the scientific techniques given by him. Apart from four scientific principles, he has given us three scientific techniques of management. And the first technique we begin today is functional foremanship. Now, in order to understand what is this technique all about, you must know who's a factory foreman. Factory foreman is a person who takes care of all the activities happening in a manufacturing unit, right from recruiting the workers working on machine, right from arranging the tools, right from checking the quality of the work, checking the discipline amongst the employees. Every single thing was managed by this factory foreman. And you must know a fact that F.W. Taylor was himself a mechanical engineer. Yes, I repeat, he himself was a mechanical engineer and was a part of a manufacturing unit. Therefore, being a part of the manufacturing unit, he noticed that this factory foreman was involved in n number of activities. And just because of this, there was no efficiency in a single activity. There was no effectiveness. The objectives of the organization were not achieved on time, and no work was of quality. So he wondered that how can one single individual be fit for all the activities? Or in other words, how can all the qualities be inside one single person? Therefore, after this observation, Frederick Winslow Taylor came to a conclusion that this factory foreman's work should be divided. Hence, this principle could also be an extension of the first principle of Henry Fayol, which is division of work. So, according to this scientific technique of F.W. Taylor, he says that since factory foreman cannot be fit for all the activities alone, he cannot handle all the activities alone, hence his work must be divided. So according to this technique, the work of factory foreman was divided into amongst two individuals. One was the planning in charge, the second was the production in charge, because in a factory these are the only two major works which have to be taken care of. One is planning, and then after planning, the execution, that is production in a manufacturing unit. So children, in order to develop specialization in the productivity, Taylor suggested that under each department there must be some functional experts to supervise, guide and instruct the worker. As one foreman cannot be expert in every aspect of work, so Taylor stressed on minimum 8 specialists or functional experts to supervise and give orders to workers. So if you can see the figure here, factory foreman's work was divided amongst two individuals, planning in charge and production in charge. Planning in charge work was further delegated amongst 4 individuals. First is the route clerk, second is the instruction card clerk, third time and cost clerk, fourth was disciplinarian. Similarly, the 4 individuals under production in charge are: first it was the gang boss, second speed boss, third repair boss, and fourth inspector. All these 8 functional experts had their own functional speciality, had their own functional supervision, and they all knew what they have to do. And at the same time, all these 8 specialists, 4 under planning in charge, 4 under production in charge, used to give orders further to the workers. Now, I'm sure you must be wondering, maybe most of you might not understand, but still at the same time, if you remember, we did Henry Fayol's principle, that was unity of command. Unity of command said that workers should receive orders only from one boss, but here if you see that workers are receiving orders from 8 bosses, 8 supervisors, 8 superiors, so isn't it violating the principle of unity of command? Yes, this is one of your board question also of 1 mark, that which scientific technique of F.W. Taylor is violating the principle of unity of command. So the technique which violates the principle of unity of command is factory foreman, because here the workers are not receiving orders from one boss, rather they are receiving orders from 8 different individuals, and the function of every individual is different. Again, for your board exam point of view, you must know the function of each clerk. Each individual's function should be clear to you, which is again not given separately in NCERT. The notes will be shared later with you. So as of now, just understand the function of every individual. So what is the function of route clerk? This is a 1 mark question. What is the function of instruction card clerk? This could be a 1 mark question, and these types of questions have been covered in the board examination. So we start with the function of route clerk. Now this route clerk is the person who is responsible for fixing up the sequence of steps for performing mechanical or manual job. Route, as in, you can understand, he will tell the path of production. Path of production means he would be guiding the workers, he would be instructing the workers regarding the steps to be followed for performing the mechanical or the manual job, and that is the productivity, that is the production, that is the manufacturing activity in an organization. Then instruction card clerk. This person, this individual is responsible for giving general instructions necessary to carry on the job in a specified manner. So instruction card clerk is the one who would pass on instructions. Route clerk is the one who would tell the path of production or the steps to be carried on for production. Time and cost clerk. This individual is responsible to fix up the time for starting and completing the job. He would also prepare the cost sheet of every job, as in how much time is required how much time is taken by every activity to get completed. Moreover, how much cost has been incurred in performing that activity. So this calculation will be done by time and cost clerk. And disciplinarian, as the name itself suggests, he would be responsible for maintaining discipline, as in responsible for performance of job in orderly and systematic manner. Then we begin with the production manager. The first individual under production in charge is the gang boss. So gang boss is the person, children, who would be responsible for arranging all the tools, machines and other resources required for performance of the job, as in whatever tool, whatever equipment is required for the production work. So gang boss is the person who would ensure that the tools are ready when the production work starts, all the resources, all the equipments, all the machines are ready and available. Speed boss, as the name suggests, this person assures timely completion of job. So if the question comes, who amongst all these 8 is responsible for effectiveness? So yes, this is speed boss, who will ensure timely completion, speedily completion of the work. Repair boss, the name itself suggests again, this person ensures that machines and tools are kept in working conditions. So it's not that one machine is not working and he's not even aware of it. So repair boss is the one who would ensure that all the machines, equipments, tools are in working condition in the factory. Inspector is the one who would check on the quality control of the output, whether the production is of quality or not, productivity is maintained properly or not. So here we have, children, 8 individuals, and if you notice, before Taylor gave this activity, factory foreman, who was one single individual, was doing the work of these 8 individuals and passing on the instructions to the worker. So now when the work was divided amongst 2 individuals, that is planning in charge and production in charge, so definitely specialization was ensured. Because work was divided, that is, when there was division of work, specialization was automatically ensured. So children, for today I just covered one technique only of F.W. Taylor, and just a quick revision. Functional foremanship is a technique given by F.W. Taylor, and before the introduction of this technique, the factory foreman was alone doing the work of 8 individuals. And F.W. Taylor, himself being a mechanical engineer in that manufacturing unit, noticed that how he's doing the work of 8 individuals without any efficiency and effectiveness. And after his observation, he introduced this technique, because of which the work of factory foreman got divided into 2 individuals: planning in charge, production in charge, who further had 4 individuals: route clerk, instruction card clerk, time and cost clerk, and disciplinarian. Similarly, production in charge had gang boss, speed boss, repair boss, inspector, and further passing on the instructions to the workers. So one single man's work got divided into 8 functional experts, 8 different individuals who were experts and specialists in their own field. So this is the technique given by F.W. Taylor, notes of which will be shared with you later. Thank you.